Hey guys, today I will be showing you how to make an artist easel out of polymer clay. So first what you need is some tan-ish clay or a light brown clay, and you're also going to use a dark brown clay. So then split those up and make 4 different ones, so you can just keep the dark brown and the light brown or tan you have separate, but mix the other little pieces together like shown. So now I'm just finishing up by mixing, and if you can see I have 4 different shades, and now you're just going to marble them. So Heather Wells has a really good tutorial for this, so I will link that in the description. So basically what you do is roll it out, twist it, roll, but go see her tutorial for the whole explanation. Marbling, and I'm just flattening it out, sort of, and then put it through your pasta machine. So I put it at the second thickest setting, so I have this nice sheet of clay, so it's all marbleized, so it looks like wood. And now you're going to take some wire, and if you have really thin wire, that's all you have right now, like me, just take a lot and then you cut it off, and then just bend them together and twist a little, but like once you cut more off, which I'll show you what I do later, you can twist it more, but just put it together so it just makes a stronger piece of wire. If you want, you could also fold it over one more time. I just like the double. It just works better. It's thinner, and it just goes into all of the things I'm doing better. So make sure that they're really close together so they don't fall apart. And twist it a little so come apart, but you don't have to do this like so. So now I am just going to use your cutting tool or blade or whatever you use to cut polymer clay, and just cut a small thin rectangle and roll that in your pasta machine at, I did the 4th thickest setting, but you could also do the 3rd. So here it is all rolled out nice. And then you're just going to take some wire that's a little bit smaller, I guess, like just like lengthwise than your rolled out piece of clay. So measure that and cut it. So I just eyeballed it pretty much. And as you can see, mine split apart, so I'm just twisting it a little so it doesn't like split apart. So now just place it on the clay and then wrap the clay around it. So this can be kind of frustrating because your clay might stick to the surface you're working on. So just be patient, like pinch it around and stuff. And then just roll it out so like the seams aren't as visible. So just really carefully do it because you don't want it to be so thin the line shows through. So then at the bottom where you have excess clay, you just make like a little thing. I don't know how to explain it. You just like fold it over sort of. So it's like a little top thing. At the bottom, just like make a little stand sort of so it can balance. So this helps, but I'll tell you, like, you don't have to do this, and I'll show you later why you don't have to do this. But anyway, it just is good for support. I like it because, like, usually I don't need it at the end, but it's good for when I make it so it doesn't like fall down. Okay, so now I am taking my same wood, quote, unquote, my wood marbleized thing, and I'm just making a rectangle. So this is where how big you want like your miniature paintings to be. So like it's just where you would set it, because I know on normal easels like you don't have that. So you're just gonna put it through your pasta machine. I just think it gives it more like easier to balance the little things you'll put on it. So then just after you put it through your pasta machine, just make the sides cleaner. So just cut off a little tiny bit off of each side so it's nice and straight and precise. So you want clean edges, clean sides. And then just if you have like this, just push your blade or your cutting tool again. So now you're just going to take a tool sort of like this and drag it down. This part's optional. I just think it gives it like really cool dimension when you don't have anything on it. So then go up. It just gives it like sort of a wooden texture, I guess. I don't know, I just really like how it looks. And then you'll have like excess coming off, so just take that off and smooth the edges. And then just maybe do a little more in case you want texture. And then just take it off your surface you are working on and set it aside, because, well, first you have to measure it in proportion to your easel. So put it like slightly down from where the top is, and that's just where it's gonna go. So now take a piece of the wood sort of clay, and again cut a thin rectangle and make it just slightly bigger than the back of your easel. So just cut that. And this is where like the paintbrush and the paints will go. So just take that off. And then you're going to run it through your pasta machine again to make it thinner. And like it doesn't have to be much bigger than the back. You could even just make it like the same size. But anyway, so once it's out of the pasta machine, again, put some of your wire on it and fold it around. So you just have like, it's the wire, the purpose of the wire is just for added stability. like if you put it in the oven, like it collapses under its own weight unless you had wire. So it just keeps everything like up and not falling and stuff. So then you're going to put the strip of clay with the wire in it through your pasta machine. So again, I did the 4th thickest segment. And then take off the excess and then just try to make it as straight as you can, because if you put it through a pasta machine, it'll usually be pretty like wavy like mine, unless you put it perfectly. So you're just going to like just play around with it sort of until you get your desired shape. And if you have like a really big gap, you can just fill it in with some more clay like I did here. So just like put it in, because can't really fix that without more clay, so just smooth it out. It'll look like part of the thing. So just wait till that looks pretty straight. So you can use the edge of your blade and your fingers and things like that. Sorry. So then you're just going to take it off the surface you're working at and put it by the back of the easel. So you're just gonna want to measure it and stuff, and choose which side you like best. So I like this one because it doesn't have much wire showing. You usually will get wire showing, and then just again put it against the back of your easel and put it against it. So it should be a little bit longer than the back. This just gives a nice like look. I think if you want, you can just make it like the same size. I just like where it's bigger. So as you can see, mine's bigger. So then you're just gonna take it off because you don't want to fall while you're still doing things, because this is kind of time consuming. So then you're going to take another part of it and, well, 2 of them. You can put them together, but you don't really need to do this. Like, I end up cutting them the same way, but if you're putting them together, just because it's like easier to put it in your pasta machine, make sure that you like blend them together sort of, and run them through your pasta machine, and then put wire in again. And this is just going to, oh yeah, put it on where about half of the long strip, if you did the long strip, is. So twist that together if you have to. And this is just going to be more support for the easel. So like easels have 3 legs. These will be the 2 other legs because that first long one you made is the first leg. So just cut that and like before, roll it out so you don't really see the seams, but you're not going to put it in your pasta machine this time. You're just going to attach it and sort of at the end, because again, there will be excess. You can make something like the end of the other one, so like just an added leg for stability. So I just think it helps. And then you're just going to blend them together so they don't fall off as easily. And if you want, you can add a small amount of liquid clay like TLS or Chemo Deco Gel, just for more like sort of just keeping it together. But I didn't because I'm already blending it. So yeah. Then you're just going to do that with another one. So you just have some stability. So cut that again, twist it, put it on, do the same thing as the last time. So here's what it looks like with all 3 legs. So I made those little like feet things. So just so it stays on, and I have a little fire. So I'll fix that later. But yeah, it's just so you have support and it doesn't fall down while you're making it or while it's in the oven. So there's that. And I'm just pushing it down on the surface I'm working at so it doesn't like fall down as I said before. So just do that while you're working on something else. I'm making sure that my thing fits because you want to put the back of it like right where all 3 of them meet. So just put it down there, then put the little tray thing also down there and sort of press it on, but don't press it on too hard because you're not applying it just yet. You still have more to do for it. So just make sure that you like sort of the proportions, how it looks. So here's what mine looks like. So it has the back, all the legs, tray, and yeah. So far I'm pretty happy about how it looks and stuff. So it's just like it's straight, it's even, all that sort of stuff. So I'm just making sure that it's aligned properly. And if yours is doing like what mine does, where it like sort of flaps back, you can just pinch it to the tray because the tray will or should stay like that. But do that at the end where you're about to put it in the oven. So I'll talk about that later. So now I'm just going to make the paintbrush. So I'm just making a different color. I'm using the same colors I used, but later I add a little gold. So it stands out from the tray and like it's sparkly and stuff. Because I got the Primo set, so it came with those colors and stuff. So I'm really excited to try them out. So like all the colors I'm using right now are from that Primo set, so I really recommend it. I'll put a link to it in the description. Alright, so now I'm just cleaning up my workspace. And I've got my color that I mixed up. So it looks like this. So my fingerprints on it. But yeah, it's like sort of a light brown tan color, I guess. And so now I'm just rolling it out because paintbrushes are like that. And I'm just rolling it to however thick I want the handle to be, because this is for that handle. And so I'm measuring it against my tray because that's where it's going. So, like, I usually put it on the side. So I just bring it how I like it to look. I'm cutting a little bit off because that's where the bristles go. And so then I just fold it out a bit more so it's nice and smooth. And now I am just going to make the color for the bristles. So I put some of the tan color clay, which is Erku. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you know, and red and translucent. So I'll show you that later. Alright, so I just rolled out a little ball of the color and then I pinched and rolled the top. So it's like a paintbrush shape. And then once you get your desired shape, you can just add texture. This is optional. It won't really show that much, but if you want, you can. And then once you're done with that, just stick it on the brush. Okay, so now I'm just taking that little thing I just made and adding texture just a little bit with a needle too. So you shouldn't put too much work into that small little bristle unless you're a perfectionist. But yeah, so it just adds a little tiny bit more detail for people who really like detail. Like I said, it's totally optional, so you do not have to do this. I just chose to do it because I just like how it looks. So now you're just going to apply it to your brush or pinch it a little so it just stays on, but it won't really matter because you're going to be putting it on the thing, and just press it down so it sticks and doesn't fall off like I did here. So that's that. So just make sure it's firmly on. And then you could start with doing the paint. So for paint, you're going to start off with something like, I'm just using wet paper. Well, if you don't want to get your workspace dirty, I suggest you use something like paper or wax paper or parchment paper, something like that, because you are going to be using translucent Sculpey or some liquid clay like translucent liquid Sculpey. Like I said, Fimo Deco Gel, Kato, I did not. Is that? Okay. But yeah, any liquid clay. And I'm not going to be using all of these. I'm just demonstrating how you can mix them to look like paint. So how you're going to make them look like paint is first by taking your soft pastels and you're going to do it how you usually shade, like you shave some off. That's at least how I shade. And so I'm just doing some blue, so I'm using my little cutting tool and I'm putting it in the, well, near TLS. And I'm also using green. So sorry that got cut off. I just like having it where I can easily like move my hands when I'm working with soft pastels. So now I'm doing red, and just do however many colors you want. If you want a minimum, try to go with the primary colors, you know, red, blue, and yellow, because then it makes more sense how you created your picture, because you can mix those colors for most colors. If that makes sense. So I'm just doing some extra, but I'm not going to be using the green and orange. I just want to show you how to do that. So now you're going to take your needle tool or a tool sort of like that and just mix in the soft pastels with your liquid clay. And then between ones, you're going to want to make sure that you clean off whatever you're using, so you just don't get yellow in the blue. So yeah. So just mix those up, and I'll show you what to do after. Alright, so once you're done with those, you're just going to take some translucent clay and cut into thin strips, and then just cut little things and try and make like a circle sort of. And it's easier just to do it around your needle tool, because then like you get the right shape and stuff. So it's just a lot easier, trust me. So once you've got the right shape that you like, put it on the tray thing and just press it on and make however many more colors of those that you want. So I'm just doing 3, 1 for each of the primary colors, like just so I don't have very much to do. So here again, you can see I'm doing it around the needle tool, and yeah, so I'll be doing that. Alright, so now once you've got the 3 that, well, however many you want, just use your needle tool to grab some of the fake paint, well, the colored liquid clay, and just grab actually a lot and just try to put it in the little circles you made with the translucent clay. So that just gives like a look of the paint being in there, and it turns out really looking good once it is baked and done. So yeah, just do that and make sure you fill it really high so then you can. Alright, so now I am assembling the final thing to go in the oven. So first you're going to put on the back and stick it on really good to the other back thing, I guess. And then I put a little liquid clay where the tray is going, so just carefully like sort of pinched it on, and yeah, so just trying to make sure it stays on while it's baking, because if you don't have it on very good, it will fall off while you are baking. So now you can see I have that on. And if you notice, the back is like sort of falling down. So I'm just pinching the sides slightly. Well, I'm pinching the legs to make them like nice and firm. But now I'm just pinching the sides. Sorry about the camera not focusing. Just so it stays like straight. So here you can see that, like just pinch it and get to your desired look. So now, once you are ready to bake it, whenever I bake clay, like miniatures or charms, I always put on parchment paper, just because if you don't, you can't use that pan for food ever again. So don't use a pan you have put like clay on for food ever. So now I'm just taking a little tin foil and taking a little off. And once you get like a little tin foil, just make it sort of a ball, or more pointy than a ball actually. And you're just going to put this under the legs, like I'm showing right now. So just like sort of adjust it on. So this just lets it not really fall, but not even fall all the time anyways. So I'll just show you how to fix it. It does fall, but this just makes sure they don't like collapse under their own weight. So I just find it really helpful. And if you want, you can like put extra around it. I'm just showing you here. I didn't actually put this in the oven. This was, that would be a long tin foil, and it doesn't really stay on that good. But if you want, like you could add some extra security for it. So just like put it around my feet. I wouldn't waste my time doing all that. Alright, so here is mine after I'm done baking. So, as you can see, it sort of fell, So, I just took off the legs because they were totally messed up, and like, this has happened before, so this doesn't always work, but, so see, I just took them off and got the tin foil out, and I even took the other one out. Well, there was still wire in it, so I'll show you how to, well, I'll tell you how to fix that really quick. Alright, so how you can fix the broken legs is by taking them all off, like I said before, and then using hot glue. So for the front one, you can just take it off and there'll still be wire there, and just put some hot glue right at the base of it and push it on and it'll stick. And then for the other two, just hot glue them on and try to hold them as long as you can so they don't fall off later. So, and try to clean the hot glue as much as you can. Okay, so now you're going to put a picture for it. So first take a sheet of paper and roughly cut it to about same size as the back of your easel. So you could also make it smaller just so it fits on better, but just eyeball it. You don't really need to trace it or anything. So then make sure that you have straight edges, even edges, and then you are going to just take crayons or colored pencils or permanent marker and draw a picture. So I am drawing a scene with a flower just to demonstrate. Like, you could even print out something so like it looks like it's painted, since it is an artist easel. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm just doing a really quick drawing of a flower. Alright, so here's it with the picture just set on it. So it just looks really nice and cute, and you could put like a message on it or something. So I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. Bye!